I'm Noreen and welcome to my kitchen for another installment of Torani Friday. What you see before you is a culinary feat. I'm so proud of myself. Today I'm going to share with you on this very special Torani Friday this delicious and really easy to make Christmas cookie candied corn. So let's go see how we make this. Alright, we're going to get started making our Torani Christmas cookie candy popcorn, and it's super easy. It's going to take a little bit of time, so what you're going to need to start off with obviously is popcorn. This is just plain popped corn. There's no salt or anything. I just popped it on top of the stove in my Dutch oven and with a little bit of oil. So this is a quarter cup of oil, a half a cup of corn kernels popped. Simple. I have a video on how I pop my popcorn so it doesn't get soggy with the lid on it and everything. I will link you to that below. So this is one recipe. It's approximately 8 cups of popcorn. You're also going to need some sugar. So I have a cup of granulated sugar. I realize it seems like overkill, but you need the sugar in order to achieve the candy coating. And then we're going to use the Torani syrup to flavor this up like a Christmas cookie. I have half a cup each of the cupcake Torani syrup and the shortbread Torani syrup, and a quarter cup of the vanilla bean. So what we're going to do now is go over to the stove and we're going to make the candy coating that goes on the popcorn, and then we're going to mix it all up with some Christmassy sprinkles. This could also work as a birthday cake or just a sugar cookie style popcorn. If you want to use any color sprinkles you want, that's all up to you. So we're going to use the Christmas colors today. We're going to meet you over at the stove and we're going to start our syrup. Alright, I have my syrup in my saucepan and I'm going to add my sugar. And I'm just going to give it a stir. I'm going to put this over medium-high heat and we're going to bring this to a boil. And we're going to boil it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this to a boil. I'm going to simmer it and I'll be back when it's time to move forward. Alright, we have brought this to approximately 265 degrees, and you see how much thicker it even appears. The bubbles that are erupting from the surface are larger, and it's starting to boil much more slowly. So I've been doing this for approximately 10 minutes. There's not a whole lot of real science to this, and it doesn't have to be super exact, but now we're going to go over to the counter, and we're going to pour this on the popcorn, and we're going to start tossing. Now what I want you to do is I want you to take your syrup and I want you to drizzle it on your popcorn. Alright, then you're going to get 2 spoons. Do not put your hands in here because you're in for a very horrible surprise if you do. Because you've got molten hot sugar and you're going to burn yourself very badly. But just get a couple of spoons and get in here and start tossing it. And it should coat all of your popcorn. And it is. And if you end up with a puddle in the bottom, which we don't really have a terrible puddle down here, don't worry too much about it. Just get your popcorn coated as well as you can. And then we're going to throw some sprinkles in here because this is Christmas cookie popcorn.
Get it before it dries.
And you want to make sure that it sticks to the popcorn. And I think this is going to be fantastic as a gift. I think it's going to be great as a holiday treat to share at a party or with friends and neighbors, and that's really hot sugar and you're going to burn your tongue. It wasn't? Okay. Well, now what I want you to do is kind of scrape off your spoon here. Then let's get a baking sheet lined with some parchment or some wax paper or some non-stick aluminum foil, which is what I have here. Okay. Spread it out as evenly as you can. I'm going to let this cool off for about a half an hour, and then I'll bring you back and we'll show you what it looks like when it's totally cooled and all broken up and ready to give as a gift. You have it. We've packaged some of our candied corn up for you, and it's really delicious. Now, I will say, I cooked my syrup to 165 degrees. And it is the consistency of a popcorn ball. So it's just ever so slightly sticky when you chew it. It's chewy and it's delicious. If you want it to be a little more crispy than that, then I suggest you cook it to just under 300 degrees. It's going to take a little longer, and the reason that I held off on it was because I did not want the syrup to get dark. And I didn't want it to turn color, and I didn't want the flavor to be affected by that. But this is delicious just the way it is. Now, I've presented this for you in a few different ways so that you could get some ideas of how you can easily give this to your friends, your neighbors, your family for gifts. Now, this is the simplest one of all. Just pop it in a mason jar and tie a ribbon around it. I found these really cute decorative holiday jar lids at Tuesday Morning. These are not suitable for canning, but they are suitable for decorating, okay? So, 3 in a package, I think, ended up being $1.99. If you can find them, great. Do not use these for canning. They are not appropriate. But you can put these on top of a canned good that you've already made, and, you know, that'll make it festive. I've tied a ribbon around that, just simple. This is, Hobby Lobby has these decorative lunch sacks every single year. I always pick up a few packages of them, and then you get a nice variety. These are actually appropriate all year, not just for Christmas. But I cut it off, and just above the fold at the bottom, the flap for that is the bottom when you unfold it. And then I put some popcorn inside of a cellophane bag. I cut the top off, turned a twist tie around it, and then just popped a little white bow on there. That's simple and really cute. And then everybody can see what's inside because you cut the other one off. Save the scrap of the bag for some scrapbooking or whatever. And then the last thing I did was I took a 12 by 12 sheet of scrapbook paper and I just fashioned it into a simple cone. I did not cut it. I didn't want it to be flush. I wanted it to just be very simple. What I did was I took some invisible tape and I just ran it down that seam. And you can see I didn't go for perfection. I didn't go for the pointy end because that's not necessary. And I stuffed some parchment paper down in there so this would sit up a little bit. You, of course, don't have to do that. I just popped the popcorn into a, this is an 18-inch icing decorator bag. And I tied it with a twist tie and put some ribbon on it. And that is super cute. You could actually punch a couple of holes in here, put a ribbon on that, and hang it on someone's doorknob. It would be really darling. So, that is Christmas cookie flavored candied popcorn, complete with sprinkles. And I gotta tell you, it tastes really good. I did sprinkle it with just a little bit of salt, like less than a half a teaspoon for the whole batch as it was cooling, because I wanted it to stick on there. But it adds such a delicious flavor that you're going to love this. If you give it a try, which I highly recommend you do, but think about all the possibilities and where you could go with this. There are so many flavors of this syrup that you could just, the sky's the limit. The possibilities are endless. So, that's how I made this. I hope that you give it a try. I hope that you love it. And until next time, happy holidays! Thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. I hope you liked what you watched today, and I hope that you try it, and I hope that you love it. If you liked what you saw, please consider hitting the thumbs up button and giving me a positive rating. And also, make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you're already not a subscriber so that you don't miss out on any of the fun we have here in our kitchen every single day. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm really glad that you're here. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to come by tomorrow.